Hey y'all, it's Thomas with Chrono24. Our guest today for Watch Hunting is Brent Hayden. He is an Olympic athlete, he is an entrepreneur, a black belt in karate. He is 6'5", just like me. His nickname is Superman. He is the fastest swimmer in Canadian history. And above all that, he is a watch lover. Brent, thanks for coming on today.
Hey man, thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, how's your day going? Are you doing a little training today as well?
I'm going to be training later. I had a nice sleep in this morning. But I'll be honest, I actually haven't trained at all this week because I actually had a tattoo removal session done, so my arm's been a little swollen. But yeah, I'll be getting back in the water again today. Yeah,
I can't imagine chlorine and pools and open wounds really mitts well. What was the, how's the recovery process been?
It's coming along really well. I'm really happy with the initial this treatment done, and I know a lot of my fans are actually really upset when I posted it on social media because I've been pretty known as a pretty colorful guy on the pool deck with with all the artwork that I've had tattooed, but I've actually been removing stuff over the years, kind of cleaning up the image or so, I guess. But I'm probably going to do a cover up. But yeah, for one session, it's already faded pretty good, but it was definitely painful. But so definitely makes you think twice before getting a tattoo.
Yeah, I have neither gotten a tattoo nor gotten rid of a tattoo, so I have no idea what kind of pain that is. I'm also like, I can't even barely swim for my life, so we're two very different people there, Brent.
Don't worry, man. I failed swimming lessons, so there's still hope, right?
Well, aren't you teaching an online swimming school now as well? Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so in 2019, we actually we set out to film our own curriculum because after I retired in 2012, the one thing that was keeping me around the water was my love of sharing my swimming knowledge with other people and sharing the tools and the fundamentals of the things that I mastered to make me one of the fastest swimmers in the world. And we were running swim camps all over the country, but we really wanted to reach a broader audience. And I have this goal that I want to help 1 million people learn how to swim. And while my wife and I were in Lebanon, it's her home country, we found an amazing pool there, and we thought, okay, let's film our curriculum and create an online course. And I was still retired. I'm like 7 years into my retirement, so I'm not thinking that I'm going to come out of retirement at all. So I got in the water to film the course, and what was actually totally crazy and unexpected was that I kind of felt amazing in the water, and I think all the great things that I actually loved about the sport started to come back, because one of the reasons why I retired in the first place was I was struggling with depression. So that kind of started coming back. I kind of started rediscovering my relationship with the water again, but I felt amazing, and so I reached out to a bunch of my peers in the swimming community to say, do you guys think that I could actually do this? And so here I am trying to start a business, but in the end, kind of finding my journey back into the pool at the same time. And so while I had been training for the Tokyo Olympics, I was also simultaneously helping other swimmers, and I was reaching swimmers, like I said, all over the world. So it was really cool to be able to do that. We've got thousands of swimmers now, and we've helped so many people, especially swimmers who have had to stop swimming because of shoulder pain, because there's a lot of really old, outdated philosophies and technique that are still being taught, since the 70s, that have been like, the number one cause of a lot of swimmers' shoulder pain. So I've kind of taken that as almost kind of like a little bit of a mission as well to help people who have actually struggled with that to kind of find their stroke again and get back into the water. And
what's the name of the business for those curious?
Oh, yeah, it's Swimming Secrets. Yeah, so just swimmingsecrets.com.
Easy. I do want to talk a little bit about the meat and potatoes of why we're here. We know you are an avid photographer, of course, but also you're a watch lover. How did that come up? What are some of like your first, memories of watches? How did you get into it as a passion, and where are you now?
Man, I can remember being a little kid. I was obsessed with space, right? Like I had, remember we're going back to the 80s. So, I was that kid who had all the space themed wallpapers. Anytime that we redid my room, it had to be a space themed wallpaper. I had photos from the moon up on my wall. They were all taken on Hasselblads, which is why I actually have my own Hasselblad now.
Nice.
but I knew from being a little kid that I wanted the watch that the astronauts wore on the moon, because to me that was an accomplishment, right? That was that was a huge goal, and that was a huge milestone, not just for those astronauts, but for all of humankind. And so I wanted that watch, right? I actually had no idea what it was. I didn't know that it was called an Omega Speedmaster or anything like that. I just knew I wanted the watch that was worn on the moon because it was worn on the moon. But I never became an astronaut. I became a swimmer, and then in 2005 I won the Canadian Male Swimmer of the Year, and I was, as one of the parts of the awards was that you received an Omega watch, and I actually have it here. This was my very first one, was the Omega Seamaster, the 300 meter professional. So this was my first one from 2005, and then I won the same award in 2006. And so this was really cool because I didn't have to go to space to get my Speedmaster. So I ended up getting my Speedmaster Professional for being the Male Swimmer of the Year in 2006. So wow. I got my astronaut's watch, right? The one that I wanted from when I was a kid. So this is where I actually I firmly believe in the law of attraction. I do believe that because I set out this intention such an early age, and I didn't just want it. I think that's one thing that people who are practicing law of attraction, they think about things that they just want, but it's so much more than that. You have to feel it as well. And I think I actually manifested a lot of my accomplishments in swimming as well through that sort of law of attraction, through manifestation. So that was that. And then in 2007, I won Male Swimmer of the Year again with my World Championship title, and I received another watch. And I'm going to show you the same one as my 2005 one, because this was I got the same watch again. So I have two of these. This isn't the second one though, because I ended up gifting that one to my dad. Like, they gave me an option actually to exchange it for maybe another watch, because I told him afterwards, like, oh, I've already got this one.
But with you again.
Like, you know what? I'm gonna give this one to my parents, because of just all the hard work and sacrifice and dedication that they put into to help me on my journey. So that was my gift to them. But I don't think my mom ever wears it though. It's a little too big for her, so my dad wears it. And then I guess the other watch is the one I'm wearing. Right. So when I came out of retirement, I had this goal, and it's something I actually talked to my wife about, because I think it's really important to award yourself if you've actually reached milestones. And I told my wife, if I make it to Tokyo with only 1 year of training, because this was before COVID, I want the Tokyo 2020 edition Speedmaster. Right? And I knew they were only available in Japan. So the idea was that if I made it to Tokyo, I would go to a boutique in Tokyo and buy it there and then come home with it. Now, of course, COVID hit, and I guess the silver lining was that I ended up getting another year of training. But the downside was that when I actually made it to Tokyo, we weren't allowed outside of the village. So that whole idea of going to a boutique to actually get it wasn't there, and I really wanted to go and try them on. So I ended up finding Chrono 24, and I gotta tell you, I was really annoying my teammates, because I think for 5 or 6 days I kept showing them all the different colors, because they have one for each. They have 5 watches, one for each color of the Olympic ring.
Oh yeah. And
I was like, I was torn. I think initially I really wanted the black with the yellow gold, which represents the the yellow ring.
Yep.
That one just gravitated towards me right away. But the more I was looking at the green bezel, which I think actually when I first looked at it, I was like, oh, that one's the worst. I didn't like that one. It was like, had so much going on, so many different colors. But the more I looked at it, the more I started to appreciate it, right? Because it was unlike any other Speedmaster that I'd ever seen before. And so for the next 5 or 6 days, I just kept showing my teams, which one do you guys like? They just say like, oh, this one or that one. And then the next day I'd be like, okay, today, which one do you like, right? Because every single day my opinion changed, and I actually I reached out to a jeweler that was on there. They were actually in Tokyo. There was like maybe a 15-minute cab ride from the village, but I couldn't leave the village to go.
Yeah.
I actually originally committed to the black and gold one, and then before I completed the purchase, last minute decision to change my mind and go for the green one. So we purchased the green one, had it shipped back to Vancouver. My wife had it there in the box when I arrived at the airport, but I wanted to do a proper unboxing of it, and it was already pretty dark, so I ended up going to bed with that still in the shipping box, and that was tough because like I wanted to just rip that box apart and just look at it. Like, I'd finally achieved this, right?
Your self-control is admirable, I'll say.
It was. It was hard, and then even like the next morning, like trying to eat breakfast, and get changed and ready for the camera. Like I just wanted to rip it apart, but yeah, it feels so good to have that watch because it's not just a nice watch. There are tons of nice watches out there, but for me personally, it just means so much to me. And people ask me like, well, why Omega? Why not another brand? It's like, obviously the original reason was, I wanted the watch that was worn on the moon, and that was the astronaut's watch.
Yep.
But Omega has measured all the biggest moments of my life, right? All my biggest races were measured by Omega. So that's why I've been sort of more impartial towards them. And yeah, now I got this guy, the green.
And you're still happy with it? You're not dreaming of the black and gold at night?
Oh, I'm still dreaming about the black and gold. I want that one too, right? Right, but I don't want it instead of. I just want it in addition to. So who knows? Maybe one day I will end up with the black and gold one, or hey, maybe even down the road get the whole collection, right?
The whole set, yeah.
That would be amazing. But if I had to pick one, like I'm so happy I ended up with the green bezel.
Well, I want to get into our first hunt for today, which thankfully for you is Speedmaster themed, Brent. I want you to find, in 4 minutes, I want you to find 2 Speedmasters. No budget, but I just want to see kind of where your brain goes, especially since you do have such a personal connection with these watches. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I love it. Let's do it.
All right, we have our little Seiko timer here. 4 minutes on the clock. On your mark, Brent. Ready, set, go. What are you thinking?
Okay, well, I don't want obviously just one that looks like the Moon or Speedmaster Professional, the Moon watch, because I already have one. So I want something that's, going to catch people's eyes. I like, I like the dates. I like the moon phases. So let's go with like a Speedmaster moon phase because I don't have any moon phases yet.
Interesting. A moon watch with a moon in it.
Exactly. Right. And what's actually really funny is I actually really like this one right here. Going
for gold. A little on the nose for an Olympian, huh?
Right? It doesn't have to be new. But I love this one. The white face, right? Because I've already got enough black faces. But also I just love the moon, the gold moon there.
Yeah. Oh, a lot of detail too.
Yeah. Love that. So I'm going to go and add this one to my
Speedmaster
favorites.
Logo.
Let's save that one.
Okay, yeah. Nice. All right, and then back out real quick. I just want to see some other of the moon phase ones that are available.
What else do we have here?
Yeah, you got some blue dials as well.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not really a blue dial fan. I'll see, here it is again. So let's just add that one. Two different ones. We can compare them.
Yeah, nice.
Which one's the better deal?
All right, we got just over 2 minutes left. We've already got one watch down.
Well, let's try.
Moon phase included. Yeah, what are you thinking for Speedmaster number 2?
Let's go and just see what's up here. Oh, there's a reduce. I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of the reduce. I got pretty big wrists, right? Mm-hmm. I was gonna see what's.
Yeah, I think the crowd is definitely with you on. There's a few reduced fans out there, I will say. I'm a small case guy myself, but if you're gonna do a Speedmaster, the Pro might be the way.
No, it's more about, I think it's just whatever looks good on your wrist, right? Which watch feels better. It's not one's better than the other, it's which one's right for you. Then I would go with this one.
Are you doing double gold for your Speedmasters? Well, talk us through this one. Let's see.
Yeah, here we go, the Apollo 11.
What can you tell me about this one? Or why does it jump out?
One, like I said, I've already got a Speedmaster Professional, you know, the classic moon watch. I want a watch that's going to be a little bit more of a statement piece, I think. Also, just, you know, being an Olympian, you know, we're always going for gold, right? And I may not have gotten an Olympic gold medal. I got my World Championship gold medal. It's sitting over there. So I think being a world champion, I think I deserve a gold watch. Right, honey? Yeah, see, she agrees.
And one for me too.
I don't know if you guys could hear that. So let's go and add this one in there. How much more time do I have left?
You got a leisurely 46 seconds. You were all good, my friend. Yeah, you got some time. Let's see what else.
Let's see what else.
Any honorable mentions here?
I mean, there's always the Snoopy watch, but I feel like that's a collectible one that like everybody kind of goes for. Let's just try. Yeah, let's try. See what else we got in the Sedna golds. There it is. This guy here, or there's also the dark side of the moon. You know what?
A sleeper head. A sleeper head. Yeah. Zoom in on one of those. Let's see. We got 9 seconds. We got time.
They're gonna zoom in? I don't know. It's not zooming in. But let's go and add that one in there. So I think those are my three Speedmasters there, because this one also has the date hand as well.
Yeah.
So I really love that.
Well, there we go.
And leather strap too. I don't have any leather strap watches, so.
Well, that Speedmaster is always a bit of a strap
my choices.
Monster. Okay, Brent, you successfully navigated hunt number 1 with Speedmasters. For hunt number 2, we know you have a lot of passions in life. You love swimming, you love watches, you love cameras as well, but you also love your wife. So let's get her into the mix. We're going to give you 3 minutes to find a watch for your lady. You feeling ready?
I'm feeling pretty good.
All right, with that said, your time, sir, your 3 minutes starts now.
Okay, so my wife, being very beautiful, always commands the attention of a room. So I feel like she's going to need a watch that, you know, exemplifies that. Now, I've actually asked her if she was ever interested in any other brands, and she said she wants an Omega because it just makes her feel more connected with me. So we're going to stick with the Omegas now. So she likes diamonds, and I know she really likes gold. So I know the DeVille has some. Let's go straight to this one, because it's one I've seen before that I know she is interested in. Let's go with the, I think if I spell that with an accent.
Let's see, 2 minutes left.
Here we go. Okay.
All right, what stands out? What do you think she would like? Ooh, a little mother of pearl on here. We got some diamonds. We definitely got some gold. I love the stretch numerals here. It's very elegant.
See, this one. This is definitely one that she would like.
Oh, nice little details on the, nice little texture on the dial.
Nice little, right? Looks like, yeah, it's pretty nice. I guess you got the diamonds on there. You got the, that Sedna gold on there. So maybe we'll add this one to the favorites.
Yeah, it's quartz, but it's only 2-hander, so it's not so bad. No harm done. And we also got some diamonds, with a little darker face there. And overall, prices are pretty reasonable. I mean, this one's 10,000. But, you know, some other ones are. Save yourself a little bit.
I think this could be a winner right here. I love this one. I know she's gonna really love this one. So close and see if we can grab 1 or 2 more.
Yeah, we got some rose gold in there with some different dial colors.
Yeah. The red there is really nice too. Let's go.
All right, about 30 seconds. Let's see if you can squeeze another one in here.
Let's try this.
Oh yeah, a little diamond hour markers. Got some steel in here as well as a little bit of two-tone.
Yeah.
Ten seconds. Make it count.
Ooh. Let's get this one.
Yeah, very elegant, very classic. 2, 1.
I did it.
There we go. There we go. All right, go to your notepad on Chrono 24. Let's see
Okay. Let's see.
all of our selections for today.
Let's see what we got.
Yeah, we got a little his and hers list. All Omega. Very brand specific today, but as we mentioned before, a lot of personal meaning for you and a lot of personal meaning for her as well by extension. Let's let's start with the ladies' pieces. What came to mind when you were shopping for the most important person in your life?
Well, as I said, beautiful. She's elegant, commands attention. Right. Also, I think getting a watch that's not necessarily like on trend per se, but one that's actually going to be timeless, I think, as well. So these are the three that I chose. I already know that she loves the DeVilles. So, because obviously this is a topic we've talked about before. But now choosing the one for her, because obviously what the man would choose might always be different than the one, or might not be the same as the one that she would choose, but trying to put myself in her head what she would like. Out of these three, this is tough actually.
Yeah, three different price points too. Not that the money is everything.
Not that it really matters. But like this one's nice. The DeVille Prestige, very classic.
Yep.
Very timeless, right? You got the rose gold in there and the diamonds. But I feel like the way on the Tresor, the diamonds kind of come in like two hands holding the face. I think is a detail that she would really gravitate towards. And now it's just a choice between would she go for the yellow gold or would she go for the Sedna gold. Me personally, I think I like this one the best. I just love the texture on the face here as well. The leather strap is a beautiful color. I'm not sure if that's like almost like a dark green. I'm not sure what they call that color. Oh yeah, there we go, green leather up in the corner.
Yep.
So
yeah, right. Great combo.
Yeah, that looks really nice. Yeah, and it would match the green bezel on my Speedmaster.
There we go.
Which is actually a lot darker. One thing I noticed about the Speedmaster was the green was a lot darker in person than it was on the website, but I actually like it. It actually looks better in person.
Well, speaking of Speedmasters, let's see. Yeah, let's see. Let's back out. Let's see some Speedmasters. You definitely got some good options for her. Now, one thing I like that you did is you went for Speedmasters that were a little bit more off the beaten path.
Yeah, I mean, like. I think if anybody is purchasing their first Speedmaster, the Moonwatch would probably be the most obvious choice. Which, I mean, definitely nothing wrong with that. I think the classic Speedmaster professional Moonwatches, if you're going to have a Speedmaster, you kind of have to have that one, and then everything else is kind of in addition to, not instead of. So trying to stick with watches that were the least similar to the classic Moonwatch. So we've got the dark side of the moon, which I love the matte black. Matte black is just cool, right? But then you've got the touches of the Sedna Gold, and like I'll be honest, for years I always thought like Sedna Gold, Rose Gold was for ladies. I thought it was the ladies' color, and I think that might even be one reason why I didn't initially gravitate towards the green bezel, because it has the Sedna Gold, around the bezel, the hour hands, the face, and the pushers and crown.
What changed your mind?
I think just sometimes you just have to just stare at something long enough to really take it in, not necessarily going on first impressions. And so the more I looked at the Sedna Golds, the more it started to appeal to me, and this idea that Sedna was only for ladies' watches started to kind of go away. And I'll be honest, I think against my skin tone, it actually looks really fantastic. I think I might even like it better than yellow gold. At least I definitely do on this watch. So sometimes maybe it just depends on the color combinations. But I think in this case, yellow gold on this I think would be too much. I feel like the Sedna Gold is a way to have the gold, but still kind of tone it down a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
and it works well with those little red accents that you have in this watch as well.
I love that they still, even with everything blacked out, like the Omega name and logo there is blacked out as well, but the Speedmaster is still red on there. It's a really cool touch, and I love that this one actually has the date on it. Because like I don't have a Speedmaster with the date yet. I've got it on my Seamaster, but not on my Speedmaster. So definitely love that one. And I don't have any leather straps yet.
Nice. Well, speaking of competitions, let's take a look at some of the moon phases and other Speedmasters that you pulled up. Yeah,
so I picked up the Apollo 11 just because it's Apollo 11, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of gold. Being an Olympian, I love gold. I was going for gold. I got the bronze, right? But I did win, right? Got my bronze here. Okay, but I did win. I did win my World Championship gold. Yeah, it's just hanging out, right? But I World Champion. I think I've earned the gold as well. Right, so you got the historical significance of it being, an Apollo 11 edition or like anniversary, but also just, man, it's gold, right? It's like your grandfather's watch, right? Like it's
a good way to walk into a room. I love a full gold.
Yeah, watch. It's so awesome. I think I would still love to have an all gold watch. And I mean, I didn't pick it today, but also like I have this thing where I kind of want the digital Speedmaster as well. Right, just like gold digital Speedmaster, I think would be really fun. But we're sticking with these.
Might make a few people angry, but I like the boldness of your choice.
Oh, I know, trust me, but I still think it'd be pretty fun.
Let's look at some of these moon phase ones. Yeah,
like I love a moon phase, and again, I don't have a moon phase watch, so I think if I was going to have to choose one out of these three, I would probably go with this one because I still get the gold in there, right?
I find like
I get the leather strap, but the moon phase, which is beautiful because if you look closely, like the moon itself is gold, so I love that. But also,
detail
like the detail, like you can see like the textures of the moon in there, with like all the craters. As well.
The red Speedmaster logo in there as well.
Yeah,
I mean a few different colors going on here.
Yeah, the bezel. Overall, I think these you got a lot happening, but they all just kind of pull together very nicely. And again, that's why with my Tokyo green bezel, there was a lot happening, which is why I didn't initially like it. But the more I looked at it, because I had it on my phone, I'd just be looking at it all the time, going back and forth between the black and the gold one, and the green bezel there. The more I stare at it, the more I start to appreciate it. So don't always go with first impressions. Sometimes you just need to stare at a watch and start to realize. You start to see the subtleties and the things the way colors interact and textures and other details interact, and a watch can start to speak to you the more you stare at it. So.
Well, there we go. Well, Brent, thanks so much for coming on today. We got some watches for your wife, which was cool to see. I'm sure she will be happy. I'm sure you will not end up in the doghouse after this episode. We got some cool Speedmasters as well, going through some more niche corners of the Speedmaster universe. Where can people find you online?
So you can find me on most social medias. My username is always the Brent Hayden. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, namely. But also, if you're looking to unlock the secrets to swimming faster freestyle, more efficient freestyle, and I think more importantly, pain-free freestyle, you can find my course at swimmingsecrets.com.
Well, there we go. Brent, thanks so much for coming on today. It was an absolute pleasure. Good luck with your training later today as well. I'm Thomas at Chrono24 in New York. We'll have more videos coming to the channel all the time, so stay tuned for those. And as always, enjoy your watches.